Often I would have that type of luck to where I would miss the first bus because it was early, or I was not at the stop in time, assuming it would always be late, the latter being my own fault. I missed the bus, and then the following one would either be incredibly late or missing because of an operator shortage. I would check the schedule to see how long of a wait I had, and gambled my time on a nearby store to get snacks or beverages. Using the wit that allows me to stop microwaves at 1 second also allowed me to accurately estimate the time before I had to return to the stop or station. But that was not always the case. Sometimes a late bus or train can make up its time, in which case I would have less time than I thought to shop, and I would have to run back to the station empty-handed. Meanwhile, when I walk away from the bus stop and I eventually see the bus, I notice oftentimes I am far enough away from the nearest stop that I would have no choice but to run if I wanted to catch it. Running for transit is one of the worst habits you can have as a commuter. It's basically a soft gambling problem because you're expending lots of energy and risking your safety as a pedestrian for the chance to catch something that might just close its doors and take off while you're close enough to bang on the side of the vehicle. After work, I was walking out of Willow Grove Mall at 6:20 p.m., expecting sufficient walking time to get to the bus stop, in time for the 6:28 p.m. SEPTA Route 55 bus to Olney Transportation Center. I saw the bus pulling up at 6:22 p.m., 6 minutes earlier than expected. Usually at transit and transfer hubs, buses that pull up early will dwell at the stop and leave at the scheduled time. But sometimes I've seen operators jump the stand, also known as leaving the first stop early. With that in mind, at the mall, I accelerated to almost track and field speeds. Then as I got close to the sidewalk, a child darted in front of my running path. I couldn't stop on a dime at that speed, so I went to my right to keep from colliding with the kid, but overestimated my speed and nearby obstacles. I slammed my right arm into the bus stop shelter at full speed about 6:26 p.m., breaking my right humerus. The bus left on time. That was the first time in my whole life that I broke a bone in my body. 10 days later, I had surgery with plates and screws installed inside my arm to set the bone for life. That was my dominant arm and my camera arm. The nearly 2 months since the surgery has been filled with hours of physical therapy and relearning how to use my arm without harm. That journey is a long one and is still ongoing. As of the making of this video, I'm able to lift a DSLR camera and I can finally add content to my channel. So back to what I said before, do not run for transit. If you miss it, there's another one. 99.9999% of the consequences of a missed bus aren't worth breaking an arm for. Don't try to run in fear of being late for work or stranded, because you could slip up and end up like me. The other moral to the story is to slow down. Rushing all the time adds unnecessary stress to your body and drains you of energy. Rushing puts the safety of yourself and people around you at risk. Rushing feeds impatience. It's a shame that rushing and impatience is a way of life for most travelers. Therefore, the cause of lots of avoidable injuries and deaths in accidents, both by car and transit. Always allow yourself extra time to get from point A to the station. If it takes 10 minutes and your transit vehicle is scheduled to leave in 15 minutes, leave 20 or 25 minutes ahead of time so you can get to the stop a little early. Consider the irony here that out of all the things I've done in life that are dangerous, I got my first broken bone running for SEPTA. Who else but Train Wizard? Thank you for watching. What are your thoughts? Leave them in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my videos. Check out my photography on my online gallery. Links in the description.